getting back to the Dolphins, Billy, you have had a rough stretch since you bought your Tua Tagovailoa jersey. And
Debatable.
yesterday, well, they lost all the games that they played after you bought the jersey.
No, I mean, I bought the jersey after they beat the Ravens. So they did fairly well after I bought the jersey, but they had a stretch. Well, no, which jersey are we talking? No, I bought it. No, guys. I know when I bought the jersey. I went to fanatics.com. Fanatics, if you're listening, I'm for sale. I went to fanatics.com. I used a promo code because they convinced me this is the last time I'll be able to get it at that price. And every day I've been able to get it at that price since. My wife talked me into getting a white jersey in large, which was the wrong color and the wrong size. Yeah, too small for me. Duh. New year, new me, but still wrong size. So I had to then exchange it for an XL, and I got it in the aqua, which was a great choice, I think. So that jersey, they've had a rough stretch since I got that jersey. But the white jersey, they had a great one. Should I exchange? I can't exchange it because it got dirty at Moss because some people with dirty hands got my jersey. So what were we talking about?
What do you want the Dolphins to do?
Win. Duh.
Win.
Why would I want them to lose? What kind of question
I'm
is that?
asking you what you want them to do with their quarterback.
I want them to win with their quarterback.
I think you like he's in
Welcome back, Billy.
I mean, he's in the concussion protocol. Presumably, they will be overly careful.
Yeah.
And if he clears it,
Then he plays. What are we doing here?
well, I mean, what we're doing here is worrying about the long-term safety of the quarterback, potentially the guy that. Wait, putting on a show.
Oh my God, Chris Cody.
Chris, you
why?
need to calm down, man. Like this is a player who's had 3 brain injuries in 2.5 months.
Well,
potentially 4. Like
Allegedly,
let's
it was
make
2 though.
Yeah,
right?
allegedly
like,
2.
I don't know what
Tua.
page we're on.
No.
Chris Cody is doing what a lot of Dolphin fans are doing, which is you pay lip service to caring about the human being in the uniform, and you just want to win next weekend.
No, I'm saying if a doctor clears him, then I'm okay. You're saying, oh my God, like you guys. Oh, so you guys make the decision. If
Well,
the doctor
the whole problem is that the doctor cleared him to play against Cincinnati, and that's where this whole saga kind of began.
Don't do that to Chris Cody. If the doctors clear his quarterback, he wants his quarterback to play. He has made the playoffs. He wants the best chance he has. It's not being selfish, Chris. You're fine. I'm not saying it's the best decision in the world, but Chris Cody has been waiting for the Dolphins to get to the playoffs, and he wants to have his team to have the best chance to win in Buffalo, and Tua gives him the best chance.
Guys, you're attacking the same part of the fence twice. We did this show. It was right before Cincinnati. I was on your team. I'm keeping my mouth shut because
and then he played
hours later.
And then he played a couple games after that, and everyone was fine with it.
We are a week removed from the renewed perspective of, a player almost died on the field, and you will always end up right back there. And he's not saying anything controversial if the doctor clears him, but I'd be curious what your face would look like if he gets another concussion.
It'll look like it looked when I did that show before the Cincinnati game, and then his fingers got stuck in a weird position, and I felt like an idiot. But that's the moral trade that we make in loving football. And we're just going to rationalize it by saying if a doctor clears him, then they know better than I do, and he's out there, go Fins.
But do you not think the franchise that might potentially give him a long-term extension should make a secondary consideration beyond trying to win a playoff game on Sunday or Saturday as 10.5-point underdogs and say Tua is going? We hope he is our long-term quarterback. Let's have him go 9 months without a brain injury and go again next year and see if maybe we can solve this problem. Like, you do have to make a secondary, longer-term consideration.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't get too attached to.
I agree. I agree. But I don't think that means
season.
that like the Dolphins should just toss him in the meat grinder and say, "Well, you're not our long-term answer, therefore we don't care about your brain."
No, if I mean, more so, they should probably sit him. It just seems as though this season's been a really scary experience. If you're a Tua fan, I do think he's going to try everything to play. I forget who it was that mentioned all the profiles on him throughout college and how he was born for this. I don't think he's going to willingly hang it up, but how can you not be terrified for the young man after watching this season? And there's some people that football is just not made for. He might be one of them.
Let me ask you guys in the audience this question because the pressures are so enormous. It's not just teammates, cultural, organizational, media. Chris Cody shouting because the Dolphins haven't been in the playoffs since 2016.
What Chris is saying, though, by the way, is like what any fan base would say. of their quarterback and their team if they're in the position that Chris is in. Like the majority of people, like let's say that it was Jess's Bears, and they're like, "Well, what are you going to do this week?" It's like, I would like my better quarterback to play.
Oh,
please.
but let's be clear about this. What Chris Cody is saying has never been controversial. It's only controversial on this one player who we have not seen this precedent at this crossroads. And I would say to you simply that when I'm talking about the pressures, they've gone all in on this season. They traded all the draft picks and Chubb and everything else to be able to win this game in Buffalo, to compete with Buffalo. They got the 4-man pass rush and the secondary to compete with Buffalo.
And you have evidence that you can.
And I will say flatly, given what their playoff road is, and given how fragile their quarterback is, and given that the allegation is that we care about the human being in the uniform, he should not play again this season, period. And I understand why everybody would want him to play. And if you actually care about the human being, I do not throw him on that turf against that defense in that cold and then ask him if by some miracle he wins it to go to Kansas City or go to Cincinnati, the last place that it happened. I don't think that you can do that and call yourself an organization that actually cares about the human being in that uniform. And I'm probably in the minority on that, but I'm not going to forget that 2 weeks ago it was RG3 that was telling me, hey, don't play him again. And it was okay then, but now they're in the playoffs, so all that changes is not his actual brain, the science of the doctors. It's just, they're in the playoffs now. They eked into the playoffs after that game. Jesus Christ, after that game.
Well, they eked in because he's not there. I don't know if there's a right answer to this if the doctors clear him.
Yeah, and
I don't.
In
Right.
fairness to that argument, I mean, you're taking RG3's word over a doctor who's actually analyzing him.
How many
I'm
times?
not saying he should or shouldn't play. I'm just saying, saying a doctor shouldn't clear him, but RG3 can say he can't play.
I did ask you for your opinion on this, and your answer was, I want the Dolphins to win. So you did answer it. You want the Dolphins to win, and they're not going to win unless he plays.
I don't know. Skylar got him into the playoffs yesterday.
You can always go Mike Glennon.
Oh, yeah. Forget about Glennon.